You're not currently in a rivalry. Sooner or later, you'll probably be asked by the media who you consider to be your rival. Think carefully who you select, as while you will receive acclaim for beating them, you'll lose acclaim if you fail to do so.
you've got pole position.
With qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves once again of our top three: Flawless, Russell and Lewis Hamilton. With qualifying wrapped up now, we have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race. Montreal is not only the second largest French-speaking city in the world, but it's home since 1978 to the Canadian Grand Prix. The name Villeneuve looms large over this one, but who can write their own legends today? With top speeds of around 210 miles per hour heading into the overtaking opportunity of turn 13, the 2.7 miles of the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve are some of the quickest on the Formula One calendar. There are 14 corners in total, with 60% of the lap taken at full throttle, and average speeds clock in at about 130 miles per hour. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Flawless lines up on pole position. And starting next to them is George Russell. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Verstappen, Fernando Alonso, Sainz, Norris, Gasly, Leclerc, Bottas, Tsunoda, Ocon, Albon, Ricciardo, Stroll, Oscar Piastri, Joe, Sargent, Hülkenberg, and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. It's just about time to go to the track for the beginning of the race, but before we do, Natalie Pinkham, what types of strategy do you think we can expect going into today's race?
Clearly every car can't be as competitive as the next. Some are going to have a clear advantage over the opposition. So it's those teams that can think outside the box in terms of strategy that will come out on top today. I hope they do.
Okay, we've got that relief of having points on the board finally, so let's keep that form up and get another top 10 finish today, please. us a new fastest lap of the race. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done. Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. Ah, fantastic drive. That's just fantastic. Amazing. You deserved that race win. Well done, mate.
Brilliant stuff from Red Bull today. What a superb victory. So, Natalie, what do you think helped them deliver this result?
I want to know if that was as easy as it looked. An absolute masterclass today.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sport that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win. So let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. Flawless increases their championship lead. So then, Natalie Pinkham, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
I have to give it to Flawless.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. And pulling further ahead in the standings, it's Red Bull. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, and I can't wait to see what's next.
Not an easy decision, but you handled it well. Thanks. Our new parts have completed without issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
excellent lap. We're all very, very pleased with that one. Nice work. Come on, let's see you back in the pits.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top 3 today. Flawless, Sainz, and George Russell. Goodbye for now then, but really we're just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow. Welcome to today's sprint. This is shaping up to be another fantastic weekend. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Flawless lines up on pole position, and a very happy Carlos Sainz will start second. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Hamilton, Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, Norris, Verstappen, Oscar Piastri, Stroll, Albon, Gasly, Magnussen, Ocon, Tsunoda, Bottas, Ricciardo, Hülkenberg, Zhou, and Logan Sargent. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out.
After DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. Yes, mate, I'll take that. Well done. We're really happy with the podium down here, so well done. Yes!
Flawless increases their championship lead. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. With the sprint wrapped up, we now have our grid line up for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race. Welcome from the beautiful Styrian Mountains for another chapter in the story of the Austrian Grand Prix. The Spielberg circuit then is situated 700 metres above sea level, with just 10 corners making up one of the shortest laps of the season. One time around here is a distance of around 2.6 miles, with the best overtaking chances into turn 1 or the tight uphill of turn 3. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Flawless lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Russell, Leclerc, Norris, Oscar Piastri, Magnussen, Ocon, Bottas, Gasly, Tsunoda, Hülkenberg, Verstappen, Ricciardo, Zhou, Stroll, Sargent, and Alex Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. And I'm joined once again by Anthony Davidson to bring you the lowdown for today's race. Why don't we kick off by discussing Max Verstappen? That was a great win in the last race, but can they keep that momentum going into this weekend?
There are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out would have boosted their confidence coming into this one.
available. Great work, that's a new fastest lap of the race. That's the 12th consecutive race win. What a result. This record is going to be difficult for anyone else to ever beat.
A fantastic team effort then to secure victory here in the Styrian Alps. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves. Flawless increases their championship lead. And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. Well, after an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
I have to give it to Flawless.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
OK, we've had the new parts come through the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
Okay, good job, mate. Really, really well done. That was a fantastic drive. Bring it home.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who'll be fronting the grid. Flawless, Hamilton and George Russell. With qualifying complete, all that remains now is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then. You join us in the United Kingdom today, or Great Britain as it's alternatively known. Well, it's certainly a great day today as we welcome you to one of the crown jewels of British sports, a track of speed, history and drama. It's Silverstone. It's the British Grand Prix. With good opportunities to overtake at the end of the Wellington and Hangar Straights, there's a lot of potential for close action around the 3.6 miles of Silverstone circuit. With 18 corners and average lap speeds of around 145 miles per hour, it's also one of the longest and quickest circuits on the calendar. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Flawless lines up on pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Russell, Leclerc, Sainz, Norris, Verstappen, Fernando Alonso, Oscar Piastri, Gasly, Bottas, Zhou, Hülkenberg, Ocon, Magnussen, Stroll, Albon, Tsunoda, Ricciardo and Logan Sargent. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. Joining me for the Grand Prix once again is none other than Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about Flawless. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
It's been a really solid year so far. There have been some incredible standout performances, but what's really impressed me has been the consistency. With this kind of form, I'm expecting another great race today.
racing enables this lap. So you can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. Final lap, push, push. Okay, the gap behind is 18.2 seconds. Fantastic drive, that's just fantastic, amazing, you deserved that race win. Well done, mate.
Well, they've done a brilliant job, I must say, under some intense pressure to take a well-earned victory here at the British Grand Prix. Talk to me, Ant. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
Here come... And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. Flawless increases their championship lead. Some amazing talent out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
I have to give it to Flawless.
Let's move on to the constructors. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One, so be sure to join us for the next one.
The contract renewal window has opened. We can try and renegotiate for a better deal with our current team, or approach someone else. Here you can make salary demands to the team. Any extra over your base salary will go into your perk fund. The more you demand, the lower the chances of our success. Do make sure that you don't go demanding anything unrealistic for your acclaim level. If you do, the team might refuse to negotiate any more with you in this negotiation period. Here's where you can buy perks to become a better driver both on and off the track. Any fee